Hi, I'm Paula, and I'm in the Cricut Craft Room today to tell you all about writing with your Cricut machine. We're going to spend our time in Design Space learning all the different tips and tricks you can use to make your writing project the best possible. Let's get over in Design Space and get started. All right, so here we have our blank canvas screen. So when you're writing, if you're choosing a text, then you are going to click on your text icon over there, and then we're going to add just a word. So we'll say hello. All right, so now we have our hello written in there. Now with underline type, you can change anything into a draw. What that's going to do is draw the outline of the word that you have typed. It will not fill anything in, so it will be blank inside of each letter, but it will just have the outline. Now, if you go down here to style, you can select writing if that is an option for the font you chose. So if we click writing, it turns it into a single stroke writing where it's not the outline, it's actually just writing out the letters in the same font but without the same thickness for each of the letters. So what you can do also, if you're not sure which fonts have writing available to you, you can click here in your fonts and it'll pull up all the fonts you have. And right over here under filter, you can click on that and go to writing. That will then only pull up the writing font options that will have the single stroke. As I said before, anyone can be drawn, and so it will draw the outline for you, but these are the ones that will actually change it to a writing font, a single stroke font. All right, so if we click on Life's a Party, as you can see, it is different than what the actual font looks like. It's still kind of got that whimsical look to it, but it's different than what you would have if it were to be a cut. So now, if we're on writing and we move this to cut, it is not going to change your font. It is going to try and cut these tiny, thin little lines for each of the letters. So you can't just change the line type if you want to go back to an actual cutting. You would need to go here and go back to regular. And then that gives you the font that you're looking for cutting. All right, now we are going to talk about colors with writing. So you can choose a different pen color for your different words. So if we have hello friends, we can have that be up here, and we'll go ahead and space those out a little bit more because that I's getting lost under the E there. All right, so now we have hello friends. And let's move it over here. So if we wanted our hello to be in a different color than our friends, we would go up here where it says line type, and right next to where it says draw, there is this little box. That's where our colors are going to be. You can pick the size and style of pen that you have, along with all the colors that are available. So if we wanted to do hello in this pretty turquoise, and then friends, maybe we want to do that in a purple. So now, as you can see, there are two different colors. So now that we have our colors chosen here, if we go to make it, it says friends hello, and that's okay because maybe what we're doing, it doesn't matter, but you can change it. If you want to have it write out as hello friends, exactly how you had it, you can do that. Now when we hit continue, going to connect to my machine real quick. All right, and now, so we have our material set to paper, and now it's telling us to load our purple pen into the clamp because it's going to write everything that's in purple first. Then Design Space will stop the machine and tell us when we need to switch to the turquoise pen. And it's telling you down here under additional tools that you are going to need the turquoise pen. That's the great thing about Design Space is it's going to walk you right through it, and you are not going to have to worry about where do I put the pen, when do I put it in. It tells you you're going to put it in clamp A, and that the purple pen's going to be the first one you use, and then the next one will be the turquoise one. So when you're writing, that's why choosing your colors is important, because you want to make sure that you're putting the right pen in at the right time. All right, so if we're making this into, say, a card where we want to have it be, we're giving this to our friends for a Valentine's Day party. You can go over here and let's say we're gonna make a shape and we want these to be written onto little square postcards. So what we're going to do is we're gonna group these two sets of words together so that we can just move them around wherever we need them and manipulate them the way we need to. All right, so we're gonna make these words just a little bit smaller to fit on our card. And there we go. So we have it on our card and ready to go. However, if I head over to make it, it still has my hello friends being written on one and my card being cut out on another. We definitely want this to write on the card. So we want to make sure that we select all of these and we attach. So now when I go to make it, it's going to have the writing be written on this card and then it will cut the square card out. So when you go to continue, it's going to find my machine again real quick. And as you can see, we already have it set to paper. It's telling us the turquoise pen is going to be in clamp A, our fine point blade is going to be in clamp B, and that our purple pen will be our additional tool needed. You do need to make sure that anytime you want something written on something else that will be cut out, that you do attach them, or else it will come up on its own screen. And you want to make sure that you're writing on what you're supposed to be writing on. All right. We're so glad that you were able to be here and join us to learn all about writing with pens. And we hope that you'll tune into our other videos to learn more about using your Cricut machine.